and set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, it's going to be. Jump forward, the end.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month?
We're playing at your home
in Week 14. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive.
Nope, you can't do it when you're broadcasting. I can't.
By him, workmanlike in terms of numbers.
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's George.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
I think
it's the 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll look to throw.
Yeah.
And this will go to Carson out
What
wide.
the hell?
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard
This
line.
like duck.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And they're going to have a 3rd down. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
That's one of my best guys is Walker.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 15 carries, 77 yards, and a touchdown.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe leading the league.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
Now they try the right side here. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Damn, I went quick.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Back to throw. Daniels. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have.
Yeah,
and by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
Yeah, you kind of out of bounds.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. He'll drop this down to Williams, and he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And the Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And they are back to 500 now. The win last week, their 3rd in a row. And the question is this run coming too late to make a difference in the playoff race?
Great question. They definitely still have some work to do. But I think a lot of folks were writing this team off about 3 weeks ago. Even some of their own fans. So I suggest you put some extra shocks on the old bandwagon because this team has rebounded. Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. Now they try the right side here. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
On 1st and 10, Daniels looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Black. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. On 2nd down, Mabry. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Daniels. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Operating from the gun, Daniels. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good possession, 1st and 10. He finds his man, complete. It's Black. 2nd and 5. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Daniels finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
But they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Back to throw. Daniels. This is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. And he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it's polished off by a Viking score. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll run the screen with Carson. Shoves him away, and he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. Open net is Waddle, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football.
Then no touchdown.
And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings.
I didn't expect that was going to happen.
And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Takes it at the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Possession of the football going back over to the Giants. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Your team's not doing so good.
Back-to-back good plays.
No,
have them
you're
on the move on
already get a
first
fumble, got a touchdown right away.
Looking to throw.
Because it was going to be a
Carson
sack.
with a catch out of the backfield. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Williams. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Giants on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw here. And he comes back with one complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And down inside the 15 he goes. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. They'll look to throw again. Another catch there for Waddle. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it. And
he is in.
He probably got a touchdown.
Giants. Javonte Williams, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. And nothing special there. They showed they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right?
Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And it's 17-7. A 10-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Roberts electing not to try it, and this will come out to the 25. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Daniels. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Quiddy Pay providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. A 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
The Vikings send out their punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fights through him. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back. Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead. Can't get away, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. He's looking for another 4-sack game. That's how many he had last week. That's his 3rd. And when I watch him rush the passer, the thing that always comes to mind for me is how well he uses his hands. The martial arts stuff that a lot of guys do in the offseason to work on those, paying dividends for him. He's getting home in a big way. They're going to look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's George. The Giants on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They'll set up a throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts. They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the 1st. Remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. The best multitasker in the business, the coach. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Looking to throw. Daniels. He finds his man, complete. It's Black. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Back to throw. Daniels. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
To risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fielded at the 20. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this over the middle deep. Throw there as this is knocked away down to the ground and incomplete. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the Bucs who are out in front at halftime. Joe Mixon, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. From there, we move to H-Town to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Deshaun Watson has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Buffalo Bills. Justin Herbert with a touchdown pass. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Roberts now on the return. And able to get this out to the 25. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
To throw on 2nd down, Daniels. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
The Vikings head out to take over once again. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Off the bootleg, Daniels. And he's got his big tight end here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run the counter. Mabry finding some room at midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll keep it on the ground. Mabry. It was Kwity Paye who made the stop coming off the edge. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Daniels. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Daniels. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Throwing on 1st down. Daniels. He finds his man. Complete. That's short. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
I'll be right back.
On 2nd down now. Mabry, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 4 yards remain on 2nd down. Ball on the 10. Operating from the gun, Daniels. His pass caught at the 4. And the Vikings are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. His 5th rushing touchdown on the year, 6th overall. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll look to throw here. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not.
I got another score, too.
Athleticism beat you as well. He just took off and went. Oh. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
McPherson on for the point after.
10 points away from me.
It's up and good, so they claw back into it, 24-14 now. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Roberts on the return. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
This might be a tight team then.
On first down, Mabry, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Viking.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
He's not really that bad player, though.
Back to throw. Daniels. Stiff-armed him.
But you guys
now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
That's one of my good ones, too.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Daniels. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamin Davis. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes you're fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Vegas, Washington, and
they'll come out throwing here on
Cowboys.
first down. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
I'm doing a 3-secret now.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Vikings pick up the football. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stride. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
They'll run on first down. Mabry, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Daniels. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. On first down, Mabry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Daniels. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. And incompletion as a result.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Back to throw. Daniels. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Yeah, 54.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They'll run on first down. Carson, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right in the yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
I'm checking my phone.
This time it's Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10
the thing set for
at
10,
the 48-yard line. Now it's Carson.
I can't do
And he'll
4K.
manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
My PS4 isn't 4K, but it doesn't broadcast 4K.
2nd and 6. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 26.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a first down as well.
What? I just clicked on the picture.
Back to throw now on first down. Going for it all. And this one is incomplete. Third quarter from MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10.
Oh, you look at touchdown,
Now
but
back to throw. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with this third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back to throw again. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier play game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever.
They did that before because I was trying to do it. I'll pop up like 2-3 hours later.
I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
I had 7 subscribers.
On first down, Mabry. He'll take this up just shy of the 40. Excellent display of footwork on that run.
I have 50 videos already.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or 2, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
They'll run on first down. Mabry. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Off play action. Daniels. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
92.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Looking to throw. Daniels. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge, or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker?
He's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack of the two-point try. Tried to roll out, make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there it's really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend a play, but you don't necessarily open up better avenues for people. And on that play, there's just nowhere to go with the ball, and you end up getting sacked.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. The Giants on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll set up to throw. And complete right side to Cook. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Robbins. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Hernandez. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. The throw over the middle, taken in.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
2nd down and inches. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds his man, complete. That's Robbins. A gain of 6 there on 1st. On 2nd down, it's Carson. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. The Giants on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. And this is Cook with a grab. And he will have a Giants first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. 2nd and 4. Comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Intercepted again.
Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
On 1st down, Mabry. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Mabry. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. 97 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. They'll run on 1st down. It's Neal. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Yeah, this one's game.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for Minnesota, they move back over 500 at 7-6. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Giants, it's unfortunately more of the same as they'll fall to 3-10 on the year. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills.
Hi.